I started rapping before it was the cool thing to do, and it's not cool anymore, but still I do pursue the finish. Rap boom came, grew, and then it died out. But productions are made in our hideout. New trends are coming to replace the older news, spreading down words, yo, until they got a hold of you. Keep your eyes open so you know what is booming. What's the sound of the month, what you should be consuming. Old news like Finland before the European Union, or like movies what the young Paul Newman, or like discussions at high school reunions and the A-bomb dropped by Harry S. Truman. Me and my compadres, what we're working for is long range. Don't have time for playing mind games. News like LeBron James, old news like John Wayne. A few things remain whenever the times change. A few things remain whenever the times change. Old news and new news, giving me a mind rain. All I see is trends spreading like crime waves, and yo, spreading like crime waves. A few things remain whenever the times change. Old news and new news, giving me a mind rain. All I see is trends spreading like crime waves, and yo, spreading like crime waves. What's the sound of the month? What's the word of the week? What's hot and what is not? What have you heard on the street? Who's the man of the moment, the most talked about name? And tell me who's enjoying the 50 minutes of fame. Well, last week was so cool, right now is old news, and give it more time and it's gonna be old school. If you wanna be on the cutting edge, hold tight. If you wanna know what phenomenon's getting most hype, interesting news like down south street tapes, or old news like boom bap sampling beat breaks. Tell me the time, who's the new fashion god? What news has arrived, and which one of the older trends been able to survive? I know that most of them died, cause a lot of things have changed since 2005. The coolest place to be at, the right place to reside. All this news and old news, put that bullshit to the side. A few things remain whenever the times change. Old news and new news, giving me a mind rain. All I see is trends spreading like crime waves, and yo, spreading like crime waves. A few things remain whenever the times change. Old news and new news, giving me a mind rain. All I see is trends spreading like crime waves, and yo, spreading like crime waves. Still gonna lay down one more verse before I'm done, cause I really wanna know what's new under the sun. What's on the lips of every other journalist? What's the subject that everyone's like, how come you ain't heard of it? What's hot and what is not, spreading far and wide. You know what every other person is addressing on the blog, from the top to the bottom, spreading the latest craze, increasing popularity from the initial phase. Jump on the bandwagon, there's a few spots left. Climb aboard while you can, yeah, you got next. I'm trying to figure out what is the new hotness, what everyone's talking about, but shit is too complex. Yeah, you know the new shit, yeah, the new shit. Whether it's the new shit on MySpace or old news like Bob James, a few things remain whenever the times change. A few things remain whenever the times change. Old news and new news, giving me a mind rain. All I see is trends spreading like crime waves, and yo, spreading like crime waves. A few things remain whenever the times change. Old news and new news, giving me a mind rain. All I see is trends spreading like crime waves, and yo, spreading like crime waves. I started rapping before it was the cool thing to do. I started rapping before it was the cool thing to do. I started rapping before it was the cool thing to do. I started rapping before it was the cool thing to do. I started rapping before it was the cool thing to do. The cool thing to do. The cool thing to do.